Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's approximately 5 a.m. Bangkok time, and you know what? I thought the early bird gets the worm, so I reckon I might as well make a video for you guys. So, as you saw in the title, I'm going to be talking about how you need to have purpose over pleasure, and how you can either choose the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. So, let's go ahead and hop into it before the sun rises, alright? So I'm going to go ahead and talk about my change from pleasure to purpose. So back in college and high school, I used to smoke weed and play video games literally all the time from when I woke up to when I went to sleep. And I played basketball at the time, so I had practice, I had games, so kind of squeezed that in there, but mainly all I was doing was smoking and playing video games. And I had classes I was supposed to go to, but I probably went to about four of them. And my majority of time at college, and I really just chose the cheap, pleasurable lifestyle that really anyone can do. Anyone brain dead can have this lifestyle. It's very easy to attain, and it doesn't really amount to much. And I just felt an inner calling that I was meant for more, and so I just decided to start living with purpose. And I cut out all that BS and started focusing on my purpose and the reason why I was alive. And since that day when I decided to make that change, I now make money online and have traveled to 4 different countries in 5 months. So if someone told me that I was able to do this maybe a year or two ago, I would just laugh at them in their face and say, man, you must have smoked too much. But no, it's definitely possible. And my life went from a boring 0-10 out of 10 sitcom to an action-packed thriller that is still rising to the climax until I die and the credits roll. Let me show you guys this real quick. It's the new Thai Red Bull they just came out with in the vending machine downstairs. So, how to take advantage of that, of course. But let me go ahead and talk about why pleasure is a never-ending, pointless quest, and how you never really achieve pleasure because you're always chasing it. And everyone these days is looking to make themselves feel good with as little work as possible. They want to make it take as little work and as little time as possible so they can achieve happiness as soon as they can. That way they don't have to work hard, and that they can just get the easy happiness that everyone can kind of get. But ironically, this makes you even more unhappy in the long run, because after that temporary happiness kind of wears off, you just feel that kind of emptiness inside, because that task, whatever you did to achieve that happiness, didn't really matter to you. It was just kind of there to achieve a little dopamine spike in your brain. And you kind of feel unhappy because you gave into the temporary pleasure and didn't really strive for that purpose that you know that you should be striving for. So you're ultimately sacrificing that lifetime purpose for a short bit of pleasure, which kind of sets you back in the long run. But I'll kind of go over the cheap pleasures, and there are actually a lot of cheap pleasures that are available to everyone in the world, and they're available to all of their fingertips. And that is junk food, video games, TikTok, porn, drinking, drugs, movies. What is this? Oh, it's scrolling. These things might make you happy for a few minutes, a few seconds, but you'll feel much worse after because they didn't mean anything. They were just pointless activities that just gave you some dopamine to make you feel happy for a few minutes or a few seconds. And they're just void filling activities that kind of waste your valuable time. You have to think of your life. It's kind of like a TV show. If you're watching a TV show, no one wants to watch the filler episodes that don't really matter. They just waste everyone's time. That's kind of how it is with these cheap pleasures. They just kind of take up your time and don't really mean anything. They're just like pointless. They don't even matter in the long run. So that's why you need to choose purpose instead. And this is the easiest time to live in if you have a purpose-driven life, because everyone's just chasing these cheap pleasures that don't matter. So your competition is basically minimal. You don't have a lot of people to compete against. It's just a you versus you game. When you live with purpose, you wake up every day excited for the day ahead, and you wake up full of energy and full of life. Because purpose will make you feel full and full of energy and make you feel amazing for a lifetime if you keep striving for purpose and cut out all these cheap pleasures that kind of just temporarily make you happy. Because purpose will kind of make you happy and fulfilled for a lifetime. Living with that driving purpose will push you to new heights that you can only see in dreams. Like me traveling the world and making money online was just a dream a long time ago. But now that I made it a reality from driving towards purpose, it just feels surreal, really. You will never regret living for your purpose, but living in pleasure will bring tons of regret and tons of like bad feelings that you could have done more. And I kind of just listed some purpose fueling activities, especially for my purpose, and how it kind of helps you out. So boxing or any type of fighting will help you kind of gain confidence and gain a sense of purpose when you're doing these things. Working out and getting in the best shape possible, so when you are striving for that purpose, you have a really good vehicle to drive you towards that goal. And learning new skills that will aid you in your purpose will help as well as hanging out with friends who live for a similar purpose and have a similar goal in mind. That'll just fuel your purpose even more and make you even more satisfied and full as a person. Also, traveling the world and building up your knowledge is a really good way to learn and to learn more about yourself and find out what you really want to do in life. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at this chart I made. It's a very good chart. It's Harvard level. So we have purpose and pleasure. Purpose, you will feel strong. You have a better quality of life, higher testosterone. You'll be focused. You'll have really good set goals that you can actually achieve. You'll feel healthy, wise, and you'll ultimately become wealthy in all aspects of life, physical, mental, and financial. But let's look over here at this bot, all right? He's weak. He's a fiend for dopamine, low T. He's distracted 24/7 by the cheap pleasures that life is offering him. He has no goals in mind. He's just going through life like a bot with nothing kind of going for him. He's always sick. He's retarded, and he's living in poverty in all aspects of life. He's retarded, sick, and has no money. Now, which one do you want to choose? It's really a no-brainer. We should start living with purpose, okay? Like I was talking about earlier with the TV show, your life is a movie. When you watch a movie, do you like the boring parts that don't really matter, or do you like the action-packed parts that are like really exciting and really cool and make you feel amazing? Do you ever see the main character playing video games or jerking off all day? No, you don't. You never see that. Of course not. You want to see the exciting action-packed parts that are really exciting. And the more purpose you have in your life, the more exciting it gets. My life was a boring sitcom just months ago, a few years ago. It was just super boring. No one wanted to watch that movie. But now that I'm just traveling, making money online, it's getting more exciting day by day. And it can go from a boring sitcom like my life was, that was a dead-end movie, to an action-packed thriller. The choice is, of course, just up to you to kind of change the script and make your movie actually exciting. Now, how will you look back on your life when the credits are rolling? Will you look back on your life on how much time you spent scrolling or watching TV shows or playing video games? Or will you think about, that video game you played so much? The obvious answer is no. You'll be seeing the person that you could have been, and it will tear you apart, and you'll be full of regret. Knowing that you were meant for so much more but chose cheap pleasures instead will kind of just make you full of regret and full of kind of aspiration that you should have done more. And that's why choosing purpose is key to having an amazing life. That's pretty much the gist of the video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be coming out with a few more. We got one more video left in this apartment. This is a beautiful apartment. It was a perfect start for my first apartment ever. Like, I've never lived alone. And now that I lived alone, I can say it's the best thing you can do, especially when you're 18, 19, 20, 21. That's a really good age to kind of get out there and live alone. And if you find a girlfriend, make sure that you have set boundaries so she's not over all the time and starts living with you. Make sure you have time alone, because when you're alone, you have really good time to spend thinking about your goals and thinking about what you actually want to do in life. So make sure you have time alone. That's really important. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next one, and make sure that you cut out all these cheap pleasures. Don't give in to the video games, the porn, the drugs, the alcohol. Cut it all out. Start striving for your purpose, and you'll see your life change in a blink of an eye. Just trust me on that. You know what to do. You can do it. I believe in you. You should believe in yourself. Love you guys. Good night. Good morning.